So when you want to use your Sensei, the very first thing to do is open the Sensei app. The app will guide you through the whole experience. This includes connecting your Bluetooth connections between your mobile device and your headset, putting your headset on properly so we can read clean signals both from the brainwaves and the heart rate, and connecting your Genius Pulse controller. So here on the app, you can see that there are 5 tabs along the bottom. They are Mission, Boost, Train, Assess, and Profile. You often will hear us speak about what we do as Boost, Train, and Assess. Train here is about trait changes. So this uses 2 modalities. They are neurofeedback and heart coherence biofeedback. Whereas Boost uses transcranial photobiomodulation and meditations. And Assess is event-related potentials using your Genius Pulse controller. When you first get started with Sensei, only the Calm Heart program will be available to you until you've done your first assessment. At the end of your first assessment, you will be recommended your first mission. Then you will be offered an assessment in the middle of each mission and at the end of each mission. At the end of each assessment, you will have a newly recommended mission at the top of this tab. You can see other missions, and they are listed in order of recommendation for you. Missions are effectively a guided experience through the Boost programs and Train programs over a course of weeks, according to your assessment goals. When you select a mission, you can see a description of it, as well as what programs are contained within it, both that are part of the main mission and complementary. And then you can choose a pace, recommended, moderate, or casual. There's an I button here next to pacing that describes what our recommendations are based on. And then you can start your mission. After I've selected a mission, every time I open my Sensei app, it will remind me of the mission that I'm on, the progress that I've made, the pace that I've selected. At the top here, I can see that I have a Genius Pulse assessment available to me if I choose. And under training, it'll tell me what's up next with this pink bubble that says up next with that spaceship. In my case, Train Focus is next. And if I go to the Train tab next to the Focus planet, I can see that same spaceship to reinforce that that's what's next. If I'm looking for something more, I can see that there are some complementary other programs that could be Boost or Train programs. If you go to the rightmost tab, Profile, there's other good information here. So in the middle of the screen here in teal, you can see what are minerals, and there's an information button to the right of that. When I click on that, it gives me more information about the minerals, including what brainwave each is associated with. There's also a mission trailer that is less than 2 minutes, which gives you an introduction to the storyline. Sensei is a gamified experience, and there is a narrative, and the reason for that is because we wanted the app experience to suspend disbelief so that you could have a direct experience of non-ordinary waking states. Also on the Profile tab are audio settings. So here you can change the various background sounds. You can also change the various instruments associated with power. Now, if you do so, I would recommend that you select them once and then leave them at that. So as new, more complex programs unlock that use multiple frequencies, your brain is already familiar with cognisium being correlated with piano, for example. The ones that we have as default are purposefully done so that piano is correlated with gamma, is a very high sound. Whereas trombone is a little bit lower and the bass is that much lower. So that's the theta. So correlating with the brainwaves going lower and lower. But that's completely up to you, personal preference. Also on the Profile tab, you can find tutorials and help. So here is a tutorial on connecting the Bluetooth, putting on the headset, how to connect your Genius Pulse controller, and then there are experience tutorials as well on Boost programs, Train programs, and ComHeart so that you can get the most out of your experience. Notice that there are tutorials and there are also tips. So here we've tried to encapsulate all the best information that we've gathered with our early users to support you best. The Profile tab is also where you can find out what firmware and app version you have. So the firmware here connected to this headset is 1.3156. If I go to app version, then it tells me that I am on version 1.0.27. We've tagged all our programs to make it easy for you to select what it is that suits your day. So for instance, if I wanted to filter by eyes closed or eyes open for the start of my day, end of my day, or which mineral I want to stimulate or to train, I can do so. I can also filter by meditations. So if I want to, I can go, I want to do the forgiveness meditation. I can select that, and then the app will recommend what boosts I can pair with that. You'll find similar tagging on the Train tab. So here on the bottom left of the description of Clarity, you can see it's tagged with Cognisium and Synchrony. Notice in the bottom right that purple bubble with the headset. I'm going to expand that and notice that that is the status of both the headset's Bluetooth connections as well as the battery life left on your headset. You can find that status on Train, Assess, Boost, and Mission. To get the most out of your Sensei, we recommend that you do assessments as they become available. Follow the recommended mission, and that when you train, you take advantage of the Boost primers with meditations. Here's how to launch a session that stacks a boost with meditation and brain training. Note that you can click Explore Audio to familiarize yourself with what sounds to expect in the coming session, as well as to set a comfortable volume level on your mobile device. Don't forget to use the sliders to capture how you are feeling before and after sessions. You will be able to review these in your journal reports as they become available. And now, with your headset already positioned on your head, tightened and nestled, you can launch the signal check.